jump on here with you because I have a new idea. I have a new plan. What do you do when COVID-19 strikes your in-home tutoring business? Well, you make a new plan, Stan. So, here's my new plan. I'm going to share with you some of the skills, some of the things that I do to make tutoring fun for my kids. And I'm going to tell you how I can still make tutoring fun for your kids. Because I know some of you are stressing out. In fact, one of my friends put a text on Facebook put a thing on Facebook this morning. How do you teach a first grader this skill about math? So, yeah, it's not easy to teach it. It's not easy for you to do it when you're a grown-up. But when you think about what were the steps that I had to learn to be able to learn this when I was a little kid. So, anyway, I thought I would share some of that with you today in just a minute. Of course, every kid that comes to Mrs. Mack knows one thing. We have to start with a joke. My jokes are corny, but there's a purpose behind there's a meaning to my madness. Hi, Beth, and hi, Chuck. I'm glad y'all could join me. It's so much easier to talk to an audience. So, anyway, hi, Bobby. Okay, so I always start with a joke. So, here's today's joke, and you can put the answer in the comments, and I will try to remember at the end of this video to tell the answer. But what do you call, I used to be, some of you will remember this. If you knew me a few years ago, you'll know this. I was a beekeeper for about 8 years, and I really loved it, but the heat in the summer got to me. So anyway, I still like to talk about bees a lot, so here's the first joke. What do you call a bee hatched in May? Put the answer in the comments if you know it, or if you think you know it, and I'll tell the answer before the end of this video. But I want to tell you a little bit about my tutoring. So the name of my tutoring Facebook page is Magnificent Lessons, spelled with MC, as in McCrary. So there you go, Magnificent Lessons. And you will find me on Facebook at that page, and you'll find my phone number and all the different things you need to get in touch with me. I am Patrice McCrary. I am in Middle Tennessee, but you know what? Thanks to COVID-19, I've gone national. So there are some good things. I used to be limited in time to after school hours. Used to have to go from 3 in the afternoon till 6, but now we've got all day, y'all. And we can even have people in different time zones. So if your kids go on vacation, but you don't want them to miss a tutoring session in the summer, we can work with that. Hi, Colleen and Cherise. Good to see y'all. Okay, so anyway, one of my kids' favorite games to learn addition or multiplication is a game that I invented called Slap the Kings. They love it. They love the name of it. By the way, I do a lot of things because kids love them. I want kids to love coming to my house or coming to my Zoom meeting. I want them to be so excited, and I want them to know when they come it's a comfortable, safe place for them, and that they can have fun learning, and that there's going to be somebody that's going to make it that enjoys seeing them. So my first goal, when a child first comes to me, my very first goal is to make them laugh. Once they laugh, you can feel the pressure in the air going down. Then I want to build their confidence as quickly as I can. Within the first or second meeting, we are trying hard to build confidence, because a lot of the kids that come to me have not been successful at something in school, and so they come to me kind of feeling kind of not feeling so good about themselves. So my second goal after I make them laugh is to make them feel comfortable and to make them feel willing to take a risk. So I start really low. I lower the anxiety level. This is one thing that I do. I take a deck of cards, and this is going to be kind of hard to do this without somebody to play this game with me. But now I have an hour, and I'm very respectful of the time that the investment parents make in me. So when I have an hour of your time, I'm not going to spend time going one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me until we count up the decks. So kids that come to me will know. We cut the deck in half, and when we can't slide the top cards over, we know that they're half and half. So, anyway, now, my student gets half, I get half. We each flip a card. If we're working on addition, which we're not going to today, whoever says the answer first gets both cards. We're going to work on multiplication. Jacks, by the way, are 11s. Queens are 12s. Aces are 1s. And kings, you just slap them. Because who ever heard of learning the 13s, right? I do require my kids to learn all the way through the 12s. So anyway, easy fact came up, 11 times 1. It's 11. Oh, I'm so good. I get both cards. I see Laura and Carrie and somebody else, but that just went off my screen. 5 times 8. Now let me tell you something. You play this at home. I want to tell you this so that you'll get it, so you can play it with your own kids at home, okay? This is 5 times 8. I don't care if they don't know 5 times 8. They can find the answer many ways. Now I give them about 4, depending on their level, how long they've been with me, how comfortable they are, 4 to 5, 6 seconds sometimes before I give the answer away. The most important thing is that they don't stress. I don't want them to stress over it. So let's say they've got 6 times 8. They don't know the answer. They can count it up, if they can do that in a short time. They can find it on this chart. Guess what? Just the simple act of finding it on this chart makes their thinking. 6 times 8, 6 times 8, I gotta find 6 times 8. So they find that. I don't even care if they use a calculator because they're having to type in 6 times 8. They get the answer. And guess what? There's a possibility of them having that combination many times during this same lesson. And I'm going to show you how you can do that too. How you can make sure the same fact pops up over and over and over. Okay, so 600. Let's say I got that one again. That's my stack. Okay, here we go. 3 times 10. They get it. 30. Woo! Yeah, that was fast like your name. You're supposed to know your multiplication facts like your name, and that's what our goal is here. Here we go again. Ooh, queens are 12, right? 12 times 8. Don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, don't know it. I'm going to give it to them after they don't know it for a while. I'm going to give it to them, but guess what? I'm going to put this one, wait a minute. I'm going to put this one a few cards down, and I'm going to put theirs, the same number of cards down in their stack. So guess what? It's going to pop up again in a minute. That way they're going to see it again. 2 times 12. 24. They got it in 3 seconds. Drop on the card. That's it. Now we'll try to remember its thickness, right? 7 times 3. 21. I got it. I got it faster than they could get it, but I tell them the answer. Whoops. And I put it up. I'm going to put this on 1, 2, 3 cards down, and this one's going to be 3 cards down. It's coming back up in a minute, isn't it? So that's one way. Okay, so at the end, when all the cards are gone, we simply compare stacks to see who's the winner. So let's say my stack is this tall, and I try to help them out to the fact that their stack is always taller, because I want them, once again, we're building confidence. We're trying to build confidence. And we put those stacks together, and look, their stack is taller. They won. So my goal is to build their confidence. I want them to not feel beaten down, but to feel like they can do this, and it was fun. And I want them to have a game to go home and play with their parents. Now let me show you a different thing that I can do. Sometimes I have a kid that's just really struggling with a certain set of facts. Let's say we've learned the 2s and the 3s, but the 6s are giving us problems. I'm going to pull all the 2s, all the 3s, and all the 6s out of my stack. And that's all we're going to play with. That way they're going to see those same facts over and over and over and over again. So a lot of times, by the end of that lesson, they have a pretty good grip on them. Now, they'll forget them. It won't be in long-term memory, so it's really important for them to practice those again. But I'll put the easy facts mixed in with a set of hard facts, or even sometimes just 2 or 3 of the hard facts until those are mastered. So anyway, that's what I do on that. If anybody if anybody has figured out what you call a bee that hatched in May, put that in the comments real quick. And I am going to tell the times that I have available. I don't think I did that, thanks to technology, and thanks to Zoom, and thanks to being forced to go online with tutoring, which is really a good thing, because I've been wanting to try it for a while, but just, it's like it's easier to not change, so I didn't. But anyway, so I can do Zoom now, tutoring. Starting my tutoring most days about 10 o'clock and going on till, well, it's open right now. It's open most days. Not every day. I've got 5 kids that are still coming for Zoom tutoring. But I want some more. I need some more. If you can share this video, or if you can tag somebody in it that might be needing a tutor right now. I tutor kindergarten through 5th grade. For remedial math, I will go on up. For reading, I can go on up, but usually for math, I will go on up if they're remedial. If they can't get 6th grade math because they didn't learn multiplication facts, I can do that with them. I am not going to teach middle school math. I don't have any experience with that. I don't have any training in that, and I don't like it. So, but I can help you with math up through 5th grade. I'm really good at it because I was a really bad math student, and now I get why I didn't get it. And so I make a pretty good math teacher for elementary school. Okay, so the answer to my joke, and I didn't see anybody put a comment on there what you think you might call a bee hatched in May. I guess I'm just going to have to give it to you. It's maybe, a maybe, get it? Okay, so the kids love these kind of jokes, and as I said, my very first thing when every child comes, we tell jokes. Most of them, after a few lessons, start bringing me the fun jokes. You know what? That's something else that I'm teaching through John. And I think I might have just gotten kicked off the network for a second, but maybe not. Share this if you would. Comment if you would. Go to my page, Magnificent Lessons, if you would, and like it. I would really appreciate that. That would really help me. Thanks a lot. And I'm going to try to see you tomorrow at about, might not be the same time. I think I might have something good, but sometime tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.